Right, hello everyone, Vortex here, coming at you with a brand new video. As you can see, I've got a psvita here, and I'm going to be showing you how you can jailbreak it with custom firmware. So, oops, it's just gone back into sleep mode. Let's just get it back on there. There we go, and then swipe down on that corner. Now, in order for this to work, you're going to need to be on firmware version 3.65, 3.68 or 3.74. So I'm currently in the settings. I'm just going to go on to system information. As you can see, I'm on 3.74, so that's fine. If you're not on that version, if you're on a lower one, then you just need to go on to, if I'm back out of in the settings, we want system update. Obviously I don't need to do that because I've already done it. So let's get out of that and just turn that volume down. There we go. Like that, okay. And we don't need a PC or anything for this, but all we need to do is go on the web browser. Don't want the bookmarks. Of course, you'll need to set up an internet connection if you've not done so already. It appears I've not done so. So I'll just put my password in, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now I've done that, connected to my network, and now we just need to go to the following URL. So, jailbreak.psp2.dev. Whoops. There we go, and then unlock my Vita. I'm about to launch the NIO jailbreak. Yep, unlock. Okay, now we're in this little menu of the jailbreak, so we're going to install Henkaku, press X on that, and install Vita deploy. Okay, all done. Now at this point, if you've got what I've got, the micro SD, if you want to use that for your storage, you would go to exit and mount SD to Vita to UXD, but before pressing that we can insert it. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I've inserted that. If you haven't got one and you're just using the normal SD memory, PS Vita memory card, you would just press exit, but I'm going to press exit and mount SD to Vita to UX0. Alright, now we need to configure the Henkaku. So we need to go on to settings, Henkaku settings. I need to enable unsafe homebrew. Okay. And close the settings application. Yep, that stayed enabled. Also, I will say at this point as well, I'm not responsible if anyone does unintentionally brick the console. I'm saying that is a possibility because I'm going to be doing this to make it permanent. Okay, next section is installing ENSO. So we need to go to the Vita deploy app we just installed. Wherever that is. On the settings. I don't actually know where that is. Ah, there it is. It's on the bottom, so you have to scroll it up to find it. Right, there it is. Start. Yeah, the file is corrupt, and that can happen. So the only way around it is just to do this again. Right, okay guys, so I've done everything in here now. I've redone it. Now this time I'm not excuse me, I'm not going to put the micro SD adapter in for the SD. That comes later on. My mistake there. Sorry. So we're just going to press exit. Right. So now we'll go into settings. Into Henkaku settings. Make sure unsafe homebrew is enabled, which it is. And now we can come out of that. And then we can run Vita deploy. Excellent. We're in now. So what we need to do now is install a different OS. Okay. And we're going to choose Quick 3.65 install. So I'm just going to pause the video and let you do this because it might take a few minutes. Okay, it's on part 2 now, and it's not going to take too long. I just want to mention as well, don't let the psvita go to sleep on this bit. So just press like the arrow buttons or something just to keep it awake. It'll fail if you let it go to sleep. Okay. So press X to confirm. It says continues in 20 seconds. So we just need to wait out the 20 seconds. Okay, press X to accept. Okay, just let it go through this, take a few seconds. Okay, so it's just rebooted. There we go. Now we're just going to check in the settings. So I'm going to have a look on system information. And then, yeah, as you can see, 3.65, that's now custom firmware. Excellent. So the next thing we want to do is get PlayStation Network online access for these older firmware. So we need to install something called ITLS. So we're going to go into Vita deploy again. And go on app downloader. I'm just going to tick everything because we might as well grab what there is because we'll be using them all. Like YAMT is one I'm going to be needing as well. That'll be the SD to Vita thing, which I'll show you as well. Yeah, might as well just grab what you can of them and then download the selected apps. I'm just going to pause for a minute, let it do this, and then I'll... Okay, all apps have been successfully installed, so I'll just press the PlayStation button to back out. Okay, then we need to go on the ITLS Enso app. we need to install the full ITLS package. Right, we just need to wait for the device to reboot. Right, now what we need to do is block updates. So we need to go on the settings app. We need to go to system. Whoops. I'm trying to do this with one hand and holding the phone in the other hand, going to be a bit fiddly. Go on auto start settings. And we need to uncheck the download update file for system software. There. Now we can close that. Now for the PSN network access. So we need to go into the Henkaku settings for that. We need to make sure PSN spoofing is enabled, which it is. Now go to spoof version. And we need to change that to 3.74. Because that's what the current latest firmware version is. Now if a new firmware version is going to be released in the future, which I'm sure it will, then you would need to change this in accordance to as it is updated. So yeah, just so you know guys. So now we can close out the settings application. Alright. So now we're essentially done with the main part of the modding. That is pretty much it for the main modding part, but now if you want to use the micro SD card in there for extra storage, I'm going to quickly show you how you set that up now. So I'm just going to insert it into the Vita. Okay, so I've inserted the micro SD card. Now if you installed that, where are we? That YAMT installer as I showed you on the previous step, that means you can now do this part. So we need to go into settings and devices, storage devices. We need to take use YAMT and then make sure the UMA0 is on SD to Vita, which it is. So that's good, we can back out of that. And then, where's that YAMT thing? Need to install the light version. The system reboot. Okay. Okay, so next we need to go into Vita deploy again. This time we'll go into File Manager. Okay. So we need to go into UXO, and then to press triangle, mark all, and then copy, okay. Now why isn't the UMA? There should be a UMA partition, which I don't get why it's not showing. Right, 1 minute, guys. Right, so sorry guys, getting ahead of myself a bit. I've missed a step. So in Vita deploy, what we need to do is go down to miscellaneous. We need to format a storage device. Target SD to Vita, leave that as that, and the file system, leave that as is. And then format target storage. Formatted. There we go. Right. So now, obviously we've installed YAML and blah de blah de blah. And where's settings? So you would do it in this order. You would then go into devices. Whoops. And storage devices, and yeah, so there's the should be, that's good. Okay, so now we can go back into Vita deploy. Now we'll go on file manager. Okay, the UMAO partition is still not showing, so it might be that we need to reboot the console, so I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, there we go, everything's showing now, I just needed a reboot. Okay, so go to the UXO partition, mark all, copy, and go into the UMO partition, okay, and then we'll paste in here and then just wait for it to finish. Okay, now that's done. Can exit that and then go back into settings, and go on to devices, storage devices, and set UXO to SD to Vita, and then set that to either memory card or internal storage. Okay, now we just need to reboot the device. So hold down the power button and power off, and then power back on. Okay, and now we just need to go into settings, just checking now that it's worked okay. So go on to system information, and yep, there we go. As you can see, it's now using the SD memory card up to 230GB. Excellent. So now we essentially have a fully jailbroken console. So yeah, you can see I've got all the apps off the Vita deploy thing. So I'll let you guys obviously tinker with them now. There's like homebrew installers and things like that. So yeah, that's essentially it. That is how you jailbreak a PS Vita in 2026. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And guys, I will see you all in the next one.